Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk Wallenpaupack Wrestling. Chase Gallik joining us, 145 pounds. Chase, we are days away here from the district wrestling tournament. You're getting ready to go. Tell us about your excitement about this weekend.
I'm excited for districts this year. Last year, it was the first time I was at the Armory. I loved it there. I just love the atmosphere there. It's just it's so old, but there's just so much history there, and I just love it. And this year, I haven't won a districts yet, but I'm hoping to win it this year.
Well, there's been so much great competition over the years, and you keep battling through. You're bumped up a little bit this year, up to 145. Talk about the difference in your body, and you've only wrestled at 145 one other time this year. How you feeling right now?
I'm feeling pretty good right now. I'm starting my cut this week right now. Just started it today, so the rest of the week might not be too happy, so you count me at a good time. But, I've been moving up in weight since freshman year. I wrestled 6, and then sophomore I wrestled 20, then 32, and now I'm right up to 45. So I've been moving up 2 weight classes every year. It's pretty normal for me. I feel bigger and stronger, and it doesn't really affect me that much to jump up in weight.
Well, you have a great record this year. You're somewhere around 30-3 or so. Tell us about some of the matches you went through this year, trying to get yourself better all the time, and see if you could prepare yourself for districts and hopefully regionals and possibly states.
Yeah, our coaches tried to get me and my friend Jared. We're both pretty good. Are 2 of the best wrestlers on the team this year. They had to get us some better competition, so we went to some tougher tournaments. We wrestled at the Bethlehem Christmas City tournament at Becca, and we both won that. We both wrestled really well. And also throughout the season, we wrestled some good competition. I wrestled a kid that was ranked 3rd in the nation at a tournament down in Philadelphia from DePaul. I had David McFadden. He beat me up pretty good, but it was a good loss. I learned a lot from it. It'll help me later on in the postseason coming up.
Chase, for you, talk about again getting through districts. You want to win it. Who are some of the guys you think you could run into, or some possible matchups for you? Hey, you got to take one match at a time, but your forecast right now as to who the good guys you think are going to be in the bracket.
As you said, I still have to take it one match at a time. Got to get through my first couple of matches before I get to the finals. But depending on where everybody ends up at what weight, it might be Dan Mitchell from West Scranton I might see in the finals. Also one of the Manley twins from Tunkhannock, that he might be in the mix there too. And I think I should have a couple good matches there at districts.
Chase Gallik from Wallenpaupack here on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Chase, if you're fortunate enough to get down the regionals, do you watch a whole lot down there? I mean, you hear some kids will say, "Hey, the less I know about my opponent, the better." Other guys will scout everything they could. What's your mentality going into the matches as you get better through the season?
Well, as we get to regionals and states, I kind of know a lot of the kids around the state from wrestling in off-season tournaments, whatever. And that's when all the really good kids wrestle, is in the off season. So I get to see them there. So I kind of know what everybody's doing. I know down at regionals in the Lehigh Valley, there's a Easton kid, Jimmy Saylor, that I might be meeting up with down there. Also, Nazareth is always pretty good. And now that Becca's up in AAA, I'll probably see a Becca kid down there too.
Well, Chase Gallik is going to have his work cut out for him like any District 2 wrestler. Chase, for you, though, you're going to head down to the Lehigh Valley. You're going to head to Lehigh University to continue your academic and athletic careers. Tell us about that decision.
Well, Lehigh was my first and only college that I visited to attend there. It was my first choice. It was a college that I always wanted to go to. It was the first time I ever saw a collegiate wrestling match. It was Lehigh versus Central Michigan, and I just love the atmosphere down there at Grace Hall. And it's a great school, and academics always comes first. That's the most important thing to me, kind of. That and wrestling are 1 and 2. Sometimes they switch up, but it's really important to me getting a good education so I can get a good job and continue on in life, because you can't wrestle your entire life. But yeah, I always wanted to go to Lehigh, and it worked out pretty well, and I'll be going down there next year.
Well, congratulations. What a great institution that is. And you mentioned the academic component, and 1-2, you'll have to make sure the academic is there first. But It should be pretty exciting. How about your coaches and your family, the support you continue to get there at Wallenpaupack? I'm sure you're feeling pretty grateful about it.
Yeah, I love the support from the faculty and my coaches and my parents especially. And at our principal at Wallenpaupack, Dr. Starnes, she's the head of one of the on the board for District 2 wrestling, so that's pretty good for Wallenpaupack. Coach Crush and Coach Nosley. Coach Nosley is one of my guidance counselors. He helps me out with a lot of stuff. And Coach Crush, he was one of my teachers last year in English honors. And they both want the best for all the kids on the team. And I think they're two of the best coaches in the district. They've been coaching for, I think, in AAA, they're the two oldest coaches that have been coaching for, like, I think 20 years since ago is when Wallenpaupack started their wrestling team back up, and they've been with it the entire time, and they grew the program from the very bottom, and now they have a pretty good team.
Well, Chase, you're just one of the success stories there at Wallenpaupack. You and your teammate Jared Werman looking for some big stuff at districts, hoping to get to regionals and make it to states. We wish you well in your future endeavors, and again, congratulations on Lehigh University for your next opportunity.
Thank you very much.
Chase Gallik, Wallenpaupack wrestler, 145 pounds this year. Here on the John Mendola Show, we're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.